Welcome everyone. After a few questions on prior videos, it occurred to me that I needed to put together a quick update video on how you can get Kali Linux launched on AWS. So with that said, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log into your AWS console and navigate to EC2. Go ahead and do launch instance, search for Kali. You're going to find results in the AWS marketplace. You can click either spot. You're looking for Kali Linux, click the select button on the right. Continue. For the sake of staying in the free tier, I'm going to use the T2 micro. On the configure instance detail page, you'll just leave all of this as defaults. Go ahead to add storage. Unless you plan on doing something that's particularly storage heavy, again, you can leave this as defaults. No need to add any tags. All right, security group, there are two rules that you'll want to add, one for SSH, and then you're going to also want to add one for RDP. Typically, you don't want these open to the world, which is the default over here, so you'll probably want to select My IP. After selecting My IP on both of those, click the Review and Launch in the bottom right-hand corner. Confirm everything is good, and we can launch. If you haven't launched other or created other key pairs in the past, you're going to want to make one here. This is a new account that I haven't made key pairs in the past, so we're going to go ahead and create a new one. Make sure you download that key pair somewhere that you can find it because you're going to need that to connect. Then go ahead and do launch instance. I'm going to pause the video here and come back when the instance is fully launched. It takes a few minutes and then I will show you how to get connected. If you get any messages about the entitlement or subscription to the Kali Linux failing, I guess be patient. In my case, I just went back and made another one and then ended up with 2 instances. But for the sake of this example, it'll be all the same. So once you see your instance listed here, you'll probably only have one that shows as running. Go ahead and click on that instance, click connect, and then you can grab this connection string as an example. Also have an example of this in the notes of the video. The one thing you want to change though is by default it's connecting as the root user, and you're going to be connecting with Kali as the user using the certificate you specified earlier. So you'll need to be in the directory that certificate is saved in. Occasionally there's permissions related stuff you need to configure on that. That'd be a different video. Feel free to Google that. But in this case, you need to connect using the certificate that you downloaded earlier with Kali to this server. And it doesn't have to be the DNS name. You could also go in and grab the static IP of the server to connect. So go ahead and hit enter and let's get connected. All right, once you're connected, we're going to run a couple commands to get this set up. The first thing you're going to want to do, let's change the default password for the Kali user. So sudo password Kali, and then go ahead and change the password to something that you prefer. You're going to need this later when you RDP into the instance. All right, next we want to run and get some updates on this. And again, these commands will be in the video notes. Next, you're going to want to install the packages needed to be able to RDP to this instance. I'm going to pause it here because it installs a lot of dependencies. And once that's complete, we'll get on to the next step. All right, that last process probably would have took somewhere around 5 to 10 minutes. Once it completes, you're going to want to move on to the next command. What this command does, and be careful when you're pasting these, sometimes it's going to add spaces and odd spots, but what this command will do is allow that Kali user to be able to RDP into this machine. And then lastly, we want to start the RDP service. And then we want to set that service to start even if this instance has to be rebooted. At that point, you should be done on the command line, and now we can go connect via RDP. So here, if you go to your instance, you can grab either the public IP to connect to, or you could use the DNS name. I'm just going to grab the public IP, bring up your RDP client, go ahead and put that IP in, Then when you connect, you can leave the session as xorg, go ahead and do Kali as username, and then this will be that password that you set it to when we did the password change in the first steps. And then at that point, you are connected to the instance via RDP. Thank you.